Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank. To tip-off on your home for the Bobcats, KFJB-TV.
Welcome to Grinnell. Brandon Lewis with you tonight here on KFJB-TV. It's the Tigers and the Bobcats on News Talk 1230 AM and 93.9 FM. And right here on KFJB-TV, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Get upcoming game alerts. We'll be on the road tomorrow night at Roosevelt. So great to have you tuned in for this girls single game here tonight on KFJB-TV. Well, the Tigers come in, they're 3-10. Meanwhile, the Bobcats coming off a 40-point loss on the road at Waterloo East, 73-33 on Saturday afternoon. Bobcats have plenty that they need to correct and take care of. They match up against a 3A opponent, non-conference, as they take on a Wamack opponent tonight, as they have a lady that's scoring it pretty well this year. She is top 25 in Class 3A. We'll break that down, plus much more with the Bobcats. We'll also get our Cat Connection, which is Amara Johnson tonight, and we'll get our pregame chat with head coach Brian Murphy. This is the countdown to tip-off. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Back at Grinnell High School, Brandon Lewis with you. Let's take a look around the conference in action going on in Class 5A. Fort Dodge and Des Moines East match up tonight as that game is being played at Fort Dodge Senior High, as the Bobcats will take on Mason City Friday night inside the Roundhouse in a girls-boys doubleheader on the Friday showcase. Mason City is at Ames tonight. That'll be a good game to keep our eye on, see how Ames is doing since the Bobcats last faced them on January 5th. Meanwhile, Mason City, they are currently 6th ranked in Class 4A, so definitely a good opponent there. Des Moines Roosevelt, it is in action against Des Moines Lincoln tonight. Roosevelt is at home. They'll be at home tomorrow night. That's where the Cats will play on Super Tuesday, and we'll have bonus coverage of the girls game tomorrow night, plus we'll bring you full coverage of the boys game. Also going around the state of Iowa tonight, Waterloo West is taking on Cedar Rapids, Washington, Dubuque Hempstead, and Iowa City West. Iowa City West 14th ranked, Council Bluffs, Jefferson takes on St. Albert tonight. Pella and Des Moines North. As Des Moines North out of the Iowa Lions Conference, they are on the road at Pella tonight. And Ottumwa is taking a trip to Washington tonight, and that is the games on tap in 5A that we will be keeping an eye on throughout the night. Our scoreboard updates all brought to you by Central State Bank. We'll get those thanks to our producer, Jeff Brooks, at the KFJB studios here tonight. But, good action for a Monday night. We are on the road as the Grinnell Tigers play host to your Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back on the countdown to tip-off, we'll get tonight's keys to victory. This is Bobcat Athletics. You're listening to KFJB Radio, AM 1230, FM 93.9, and right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
Back at Grinnell High School as the Tigers and Bobcats do battle coming up in about 20 minutes from now here on KFJB-TV. Well, tonight, let's take a look at our keys to the game between the Tigers and the Bobcats in the matchup of the Cats here tonight. For the Bobcats, Tanya Mora gets a start. So, Mora points, less turnovers. Bobcats had 32 turnovers on Saturday afternoon. They only scored 33 points. That's right. They almost committed as many turnovers as points as they had, so they have to clean that up. This is a team coming in with 30 turnovers per game, and so if they can really take care of that, they would be more victorious and have better chances to win some of those games because they are 7th in 5A in rebounds per game at 34.3, just doing an awesome job cleaning up the glass. But those 32 turnovers, plus you compound it with only 7 of 18 from the free throw line, and only 2 of 13 from three-point territory, shot only 26% from the floor on Saturday afternoon. Just a whole host of things that the turnovers did not help in that matchup for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Meanwhile, for the Grinnell Tigers here tonight, as they play home, it's Renzi Frenzy. See if they can stop Olivia Renzi. She is 22nd in 3A, scoring 15 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, 1.8 assists per game, also shooting it at 24% from three-point territory. She is a 5'6" senior and a guard, Olivia Renzi. So she is the player to really stop, and Coach Murphy talked a little bit about that with me in our pregame chat. So that is tonight's keys to the game as Bobcats are on the road. They're 5-7. 2-4 in the Iowa Lions Conference North. Meanwhile, the Grinnell Tigers out of 3A in the WAMAC West, they're 3-10 overall with a 1-7 conference record behind Trent Edson. He is the head coach. They are 0-4 so far this season at home. So we'll see if the Bobcats can take advantage of that here tonight. We'll take a quick timeout, and when we come back, we will get tonight's Bobcats connection as we talk with Amara Johnson. Also, we'll talk to head coach Brian Murphy. By the way, do want to mention, hope you join us on Thursday night for Bobcat Live. We will be at Rosie's inside Wayward Social from 6 to 7 o'clock as we will talk girls, boys basketball, plus much more. We're working on getting the wrestling cheerleaders on Bobcat Live before the schedule's over. So a lot of good things on tap. Hope to have you out there. If students show their ID, they do get a discount on their food, so a lot of great things. Plus, you can come out and mingle with, Dylan Dones if he's there at Bobcat Live as well. We'll take a timeout. This is the countdown to tip-off. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit ncc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
Welcome back into the countdown to tip-off right here on KFJB-TV. It is our Cat Connection with Amara Johnson, freshman for the girls basketball team. Finally, someone who is more my size on the broadcast here, as usually I have players towering over me like Frankie Lowe. That's something that you have out there on the basketball floor, but you do not let it hold you back. You're kind of a bulldog out there, averaging a couple steals a game. It seems like you just love basketball.
I do, a lot. Yeah.
But going against those bigger players doesn't shy away. I mean, you get that steal, you take it up, you draw the fouls, you're able to hit those. Is that something you're working on in the backyard with your brother Lamar? Because I know he's a little taller than you.
Yeah, sometimes we go to the Y and we like work on one-on-one, and then now that we've been doing that for like a couple years, I know like what moves to use because he's like bigger than me, so I know moves to get like under him and stuff.
You know, being able to kind of grow up in, I guess you could say, a little bit of a basketball family, being able to use your brother as kind of a practice player, but how much is that kind of ingrained in you, like basketball, you know, and the love of it, or is that something you developed kind of on your own?
I kind of developed it a little on my own, but a little bit with my brother, like seeing him always play when we grew up. Like, that's the reason why I started. Like, I saw him playing upward, and I was like, well, I want to be like that. And then my dad signed me up. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, seeing you your freshman year, you've just continued to gain that confidence. Are you feeling really good about where your game is and especially the impact you're making out there?
Yeah. I was just a little shocked about, like, some of the people we play against because last year we were playing against, like, everyone our size and stuff, but now we're playing against, like, way older people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your mentality when you go against like a senior who may be tall or whatever? I mean, is it to try to stay cool, calm, collected, or are you talking to Coach Murphy over there saying, hey, what do you think?
I feel like for me, like, since I practice against like so many like older people, I feel like when I go into the game against the older person, I'm kind of like, all right, like, I just look at them, I'm like, okay. Yeah.
You just kind of do you, right?
Yeah, I like size them up. I gotta like see their weaknesses and stuff, and then I'm good.
All right. What would my weakness blowing past me probably, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think I'd be able to catch up out there on the floor. So being a freshman and being able to make an impact, how much do you think that's going to help you long term and long term for the program in general?
I feel like where I'm at now, I feel like even at this stage, when I get older, I'm going to be way better than I am now. And I feel like right now I'm pretty good. Not as bad as last year. But, like, I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good right now.
Yeah. You know, not a ton of upperclassmen on this team, but the ones who are making an impact, you know, I look at Ellie Hughes. She's the only junior out there. What can you learn from some of those seniors and juniors so far this year that's kind of helped you out?
Sometimes, like, during practice, like, when I get down, like, Ellie, she notices that, like, right away, and she's like, just calm down, like, you're okay and stuff. And I feel like that's really helped me, like, realize, like, everything's gonna be fine. Like, it's just one little mistake and it happens.
Yeah, well, hey, best of luck the rest of the season. What other activities are you involved in? Mostly basketball?
Yeah.
Working on that game, 375 or 365?
Yeah, I like to do track. I run a lot, yeah.
I can see it. You got the wheels out there. Hey, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right. That is Amara Johnson, Marshalltown Bobcat guard for the Bobcat Girls Basketball team right here with us on KFJB-TV.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Welcome back into the Countdown to Tip-Off here on KFJB and KFJB-TV. I'm Brandon Lewis, now joined by Brian Murphy. It's our pregame chat, all brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. Coach, a 40-point loss on Saturday. Quick turnaround. You get going on the road. Grinnell, a little bit of a move up, some variables, but your team's got to be ready to go here. What's your message to them tonight?
One of the things we talked about is the way we came out in the third quarter is how we need to come out tonight, where we need to keep that aggressiveness up, where, as we said all season, we've showed kind of moments of really good play, but we've got to stretch that out, and we need to apply that tonight, where we're looking to be the aggressor throughout the game, not letting that intensity ebb and flow as the game goes on.
One thing to take away from that game, though, you still continue to do a really strong thing you've done all year, and that's rebound the basketball. Ellie Hughes, 9 rebounds. She had 11 points, almost had a double-double. So the effort, maybe the result wasn't there, but the effort still, right there for your ladies. Yeah, and like a lot of the things that lead to success, a lot of it is a mindset thing. I thought our defensive mindset slipped, but our rebounding mindset stayed, and so we've got to make sure when we talk about being aggressive, it's in all facets of the game, and we don't, do some things aggressively at the sake of others. We've got to be consistent across the board in every category. Walmack opponent on tap for tonight, traveling to Grinnell. Kind of a nice little change-up in the middle of your schedule right here? It is, and honestly, sometimes it's nice to just play a team we haven't seen before. We haven't played Grinnell in a couple years, completely different team, different opponent. From a scouting standpoint, it's kind of a unique challenge, so it's nice to break it up a little bit and maybe see a team that we haven't already seen early in the season, so we've got a lot of the second time around with a lot of the teams coming up. They've only won 3 games on the season, but they are led by number 44, Olivia Renzi. She's 22nd in 3A with 15 points per game. She does a lot of really well things, including rebound of the basketball. So what's your focus when you take on a player like her? The number one thing is we got to make sure we take actions away without sacrificing other things. So we know we've got to stop her, but we can't be so focused on her that we let them get easy shots, easy layups, easy rebounds on the backside. So we've got to be really solid at the initial attack. She's really good about getting in the paint and kicking back out. So we've got to make sure we stop the initial drive without help, and look to, if there's opportunities to trap, do so, but do so smart without sacrificing some of our fundamentals along the way. And you kind of alluded to that, your team doing that aspect against Waterloo East, focusing, concentrating, then meanwhile giving up some threes by players who haven't made. So it's one of those things where this seems like another good test and maybe a different avenue of that game in that matchup game. Yeah, and it's been a little bit since we walked into a game knowing that there's kind of one player that's kind of the engine that drives things. A lot of the teams we face have a 2 or 3, so it's going to be one of the things that I will be looking forward to as far as the challenge goes for our team is, can we lock in consistently and know the scouting report without having a chance to walk through it in practice. It is the battle of the Cats tonight. The Tigers and the Bobcats coming up. We'll check out your starting lineups. Thanks for the time, Coach. Thank you. All right, that is Brian Murphy, our Exterior Plus Home Remodeling pregame chat. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. 261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on. That's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding...
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a... This is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
Welcome back to Grinnell here on KFJB-TV and as well on KFJB News Talk 1230 AM at 93.9 FM. Coming up, our broadcast schedule looks like this. Tonight we are in Grinnell on Tuesday. Tomorrow night, Super Tuesday at Des Moines Roosevelt as the Bobcat girls and boys look for revenge after early season losses to the Roosevelt Rough Riders back at their home court in the Roundhouse. Then on Friday night, it is the Friday Showcase as the Bobcat girls boys doubleheader starting coverage at 6 o'clock as Mason City, the Riverhawks, in town to take on the Bobcats. Rescheduled from earlier this month on Monday, January 29th, it is Cedar Rapids Jefferson on the road as we'll have that single boys game. Dylan Doze will have the call on that game. Tuesday, January 30th, it is at home against Ottumwa. It feels like 7 years in a row we've had to go to Ottumwa and finally get the Bulldogs at home. That's coming up on a Super Tuesday, January 30th. And then Friday, February 2nd at Fort Dodge. We'll have coverage of that one. It is a doubleheader for girls, boys, KFJB TV only. So definitely plenty of games coming up as we are waiting for the JV game to end. There's about a minute left as Grinnell JV will take down the Marshalltown Bobcats here this evening. Varsity action is coming up right around the corner. We've also got starting lineups for you. And also coming up after the game, we will talk with Brian Murphy, head coach for the Marshalltown Girls Basketball team. Let's take a quick timeout. You are locked into the countdown to tip-off right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB TV. Hayes drops back, looks to pass. He's got him in the flat. That's Tate Ring makes the catch. He's up to midfield. He breaks away at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Tate Ring, his second one of the night. Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Back into the countdown to tip-off here on KFJB TV. Coming up, it's the Bobcats and the Tigers. 3A opponent, Grinnell Tigers. They are 3-10. Your Marshalltown Bobcats 5A. They are 5-7 on the season. Latest rankings with the Iowa Girls Association in Class 5A. Johnston still hanging on to the number one spots in 5A, followed by Davenport North. Dowling Catholic, always tough. While Key, 4th ranked in Ankeny Centennial. They are 5th ranked in 5A. Also, former CIML opponent for the Bobcats. Ankeny is ranked 7th, as well as Southeast Polk ranked 12th in the latest 5A rankings. Meanwhile, for the Grinnell Tigers, of course, out of 3A, Mount Vernon, they've been very tough all year. They are number 1. Esterville Lincoln Central, of course, they were in the championship game in 3A last year. They're ranked 4th as of right now in Benton Community School District. They're ranked 8th. Of course, that's a WAMAC opponent for the Grinnell Tigers. So that is the latest in the girls' rankings. We're counting you down to tip-off tonight between the Tigers and the Bobcats as warm-ups just about ready to happen inside the gym here in Grinnell. We'll step aside real quick, and when we come back, we'll get you tonight's starting 5 for both the Tigers and the Bobcats. This is the countdown to tip-off. You're watching KFJB-TV. Welcome back to Grinnell. It's the Bobcats and the Tigers tonight in a non-conference matchup between the 3A Grinnell Tigers and the 5A Marshalltown Bobcats. Let's get tonight's starting lineups, all brought to you by Sandvik Enterprises in Marshalltown. Let them deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. First off for the Grinnell Tigers as we take a look at the starting 5. Behind head coach Trent Edson, assistant coach Sal Faulkner. Grinnell Tigers averaging 33 points per game. 48 is what they're average giving up. They shoot it at 32% from the floor and just 40% from the free throw line. They're 0-5 in their last 5 games and on a 5-game losing streak. 3-10 overall. Number 10, Isabel Kenkel will get the start. 4.8 points per game, 7.4 rebounds per game. She is a 6-foot sophomore forward, shoots it at 32% from the floor, just 27% at the free throw line. Number 14, Maya Green, 2.9 points per game, 3.8 rebounds per game. She averages nearly 2 steals a game, and she shoots it from just 16% from the floor. A 5'7" senior guard, Maya Green for the Grinnell Tigers. Number 23, Taylor Smith. 2.5 points per game, 3.7 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists, as well as 1.5 steals per game. Shoots it at 37% from the free throw stripe. Smith is a 5'2" junior guard for the Grinnell Tigers. We talked about her in our keys to the game here tonight. It's number 44, Olivia Renzi. Getting her shut down tonight will be a task for the Bobcats. She's 22nd in 3A in scoring at 15.4 points per game. She averages just over 4 rebounds, nearly 2 assists, and nearly 2 steals per game. She shoots it at 24% from three-point territory. Renzi is a 5'6" senior guard for the Grinnell Tigers. And rounding out the starting 5 for Trent Edson and the Tigers, number 52, Kylie Crum, 5.4 points per game, 5.7 rebounds per game, a 5'11" senior forward. Shoots it at 52% from the floor. A lot of her dirty work comes inside the paint. This Grinnell Tigers squad is 0-4 on their home floor. On Tuesday nights last week, they took on Benton on the road, 50-20, a loss. And then on Friday night, they lost against Vinton-Shellsburg, 50-33. Now for the Marshalltown Bobcats behind head coach Brian Murphy, assisted by Megan Heitman. Out of 5A, they're 5-7, 2-4 overall out of the Iowa Alliance Conference, averaging 32.4 points per game, giving up 41.2 points per game, shooting at 30% from the field and 41% from the free throw line. So fairly similar statistics when you look at that. Bobcats are 2-3 in their last 5 games, and of course coming off a loss at Waterloo East on Saturday, 73-33. Previously, last Tuesday, they won 50-21 against Des Moines East and swept them on the season. This is a very good rebounding team in 5A. They are currently 7th with 34.3 rebounds per game. So you know the Bobcat ladies definitely like to go after that basketball. Unfortunately, they are giving it away at a pretty good clip at 29.5 turnovers per game. All right, starting five looks a little different tonight than it did past couple of games. Millie Heitman is out due to sickness here tonight. She had 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists on Saturday. She'll be out of the lineup here tonight. Number 11, Kinsley Bowie will get the start. 5'7" sophomore, no points on Saturday. She was visibly frustrated in a rough game for the Bobcats. She'll look to get back on track on the road here tonight. 6 points per game, 3 rebounds per game. She averages over a steal and over an assist every game. 35% from the floor, Kinsley Bowie. Getting the start in place of Millie Heitman tonight, it is number 12, Tanya Mora, averaging 1.5 points per game, 1.4 rebounds per game, a 5'1" senior guard. She had 4 points on Saturday on the road at Waterloo East. Sydney Capeyu, number 30, will get the start, a 5'7" sophomore guard for the Bobcats. 3.8 points per game, 3.6 rebounds per game. She shoots it at 20% from the floor coming into this one. Number 35, Ellie Hughes, a junior, the only junior on the squad, a 5'8" junior forward. And she had a really nice afternoon on Saturday despite the loss. 11 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks for Ellie Hughes. She averages 4.5 points per game and 6 rebounds per game. Really does a lot of nice things, especially on the defensive end of things. Shoots it at 47% from the floor and 50% from the free throw line. And rounding out the starting five for the Bobcats here tonight, number 44, Frankie Long, 5.8 points per game, 9.8 rebounds per game. Rebound stat is 6th best in 5A. She averages 2.2 blocks per game. That's 8th best in Class 5A. 39% from the floor and 49% from the free throw stripe. A 6'1" freshman who really the sky is the limit for the Bobcats. 4 points, 4 rebounds for the freshman and forward Frankie Long. So that rounds out the starting lineup for the Marshalltown Bobcats behind Brian Murphy. As coming up in their next game, we'll take on Roosevelt tomorrow night. So looking forward to that one. We'll take a timeout as you're locked into the countdown to tip-off here on KFJB-TV. Hayes drops back, looks to pass. He's got him in the flat. That's Tate Ring makes the catch. He's up to midfield. He breaks away at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Tate Ring, his second one of the night. Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Back in on the countdown to tip-off on KFJB-TV. We're about 7 minutes away from tipping this one off on the road in Grinnell. These two teams both matched up back in December of 2020 as Bobcats lost to Grinnell that night, 86-22, and that was a December game as the Bobcats really have not had a historic battle with the Tigers within the last 15, 20 years. And so a rare meeting between these two teams tonight. We're looking forward to this one. Bobcats on the road this year. They are 2-3 overall. So looking to get back to 500 on the road here tonight. Coming off the bench, it'll be Georgia Jansen for the Bobcats. She is averaging 3.4 points per game and 4.4 rebounds per game. We didn't talk about her in the starting lineup as she'll come off the bench like I mentioned, but she had a nice afternoon on Saturday. 3 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists in that game. She is averaging 2.3 steals per game. That's 40th best in Class 5A. So definitely a sophomore continuing to grow into her role as both teams get started here tonight. Pointing out, coming off the bench for the Grinnell Tigers, they don't have a deep bench, that is for sure. But Macy Andrews will come off the bench. She averages 2.3 points per game, and she can shoot it from three-point territory, just a sophomore, 24% from long range. So Bobcats do have to do well against the perimeter shots, and Olivia Renzi, obviously, we mentioned her, the senior guard, have to shut her down coming into this one here tonight. For the Grinnell Tigers, like I mentioned, they're 0-4 at home, looking to get their first win of the season on their home floor for head coach Trent Edson. Meanwhile, for Brian Murphy, like I mentioned, the Bobcats 2-3 on the road this year. With a win here tonight for the Bobcats, it would be their first 6-win season since the 2014-15 season. So it's been quite a while since the Bobcats have had a 6+ win season, and that would be great to see that here tonight as the Bobcats just continue to battle and progress towards the future. They've got lineups and national anthem coming up here shortly here on KFJB AM 1230 and 93.9 FM, as well as on KFJB-TV. Do want to mention, yes, we are unfortunately without video coverage here tonight on the road in Grinnell, not being allowed by Grinnell. Luckily in the Iowa Alliance Conference, we are really blessed to be able to work with a bunch of really great ADs. Really like to point out Tim Moses. He is extremely complimentary of what we do at Waterloo East. He treated our crew with absolute professionalism on Saturday. He brought the crew some food and water and really took care of us, and we really appreciated that. When we go to Des Moines, Hoover, Roosevelt, always accommodating. Mason City, Fort Dodge, Ottumwa, those long trips, always accommodating, so we always appreciate that. And, of course, being at home, Stacy and Ryan do a great job in the athletics department, and so we appreciate all the accommodation and access from all the coaches, administrators, all that stuff, because, without the support, wouldn't be able to bring you broadcasts on a regular basis. So, unfortunately, tonight, not able to bring you video. If you disagree with that, there's really no rule in place. And so we have our feelings. Don't really agree with it, but we will honor it. But if you do, I really feel this issue starts at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. They actually have zero rules in place. I've tried to reach out to them numerous times, get clarification. Chris Cuellar is who you need to reach out to, as well as the head of the Iowa High School Athletic Association, and let them know, because we here in the media do not get much of a response from the Athletic Association or much support in that. They defer back to the schools, and that's fine if they want to have their own ruling, but when it comes to postseason, the schools cannot say we can't be there. And so there's really a double standard, plus they charge us quite a bit of money to broadcast postseason, so there's really just not a good overall. And unfortunately, the state of Iowa, not the only state going through this issue, as video streaming due to COVID really started to expand. We started to expand our coverage and video aspect as well. So what I'm saying is get involved, and that will help make some changes, because it seems that schools are allowed to do whatever they want, but us right here in the media trying to help promote, really, at the end of the day, what high school athletics are doing. We have such great listener, watcher, fan base with KFJB and KFJB-TV that helps support. So I know you guys are out there and supportive of what we do, and we appreciate that, but definitely not felt all over the place. I will tell you, coming up against Cedar Rapids Jefferson, they will also not be allowing us to have video on our broadcast. So it's an issue that runs a little bit deep around the state of Iowa. Luckily, here in the state of Iowa, it's not been as expansive as other states, which have got involved with the National Federation High School Athletic Association. They sign exclusive contracts to give video rights, but what shocks me is we're dealing with public schools, but yet they're giving preferential treatment in a public school setting, much like a public golf course could not give preferential treatment to specific golfers. It's really no different. But anyway, that is a battle for maybe another day, because we've got Tigers and Bobcats coming up right around the corner. We will take a quick timeout. Thanks so much for joining us. Brandon Lewis, Todd Steinkamp, our producer on site, and Jeff Brooks, our producer, back at the radio studios. Tip-off is coming up next right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sauteed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Will take the three. Boy, that's a pure bucket right there. Bobcats and Tigers tonight on KFJB-TV as well as Newstalk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM. Brandon Lewis with you on the road. Grinnell Tigers 3-10, 1-7 in the Walmack West in 3A. Bobcats 5-7, 2-4 in the Iowa Alliance North in Class 5A. We'll join the national anthem in just a moment as the final starting lineups. But again, Bobcats in their red tops and bottoms tonight. Blue numbers outlined in white. Bobcats written across the front. Take on the Grinnell Tigers as they are in their white tops and bottoms. Black numbers outlined in orange as we are getting ready to go here in Grinnell. Once again, the starting five for the Bobcats: Kinsley Bowie, Tanya Mora, Sydney Capeyu, Ellie Hughes, and Frankie Long. For the Grinnell Tigers, it'll be Isabel Kenkel, Maya Green, Taylor Smith, Olivia Renzi, and Kylie Crum. 8 minutes are on the clock. We are about ready to tip things off. Let's take a listen in for tonight's national anthem here at Grinnell High School. National anthem wrapping up here at Grinnell High School. Again, Brandon Lewis with you as we are on the road tonight as the Bobcats look to pick up their 6th victory of the season tonight. And it'll be a good win on the road. Get their 6th win, and that'll be the first time they'd have a 6-win season or more since the 2014-15 season. Out to jump for the Grinnell Tigers. It'll be Isabel Kenkel at 6 foot and a sophomore. She'll jump against number 44, Frankie Long, the 6'1 freshman. 8 minutes on the clock. Ball's up, and we are under the way. Ellie Hughes will pick up the basketball in the front court. She'll dish it to Kinsley Bowie as the Bobcats win the opening tip here tonight on the road. Bobcats in the red tops and bottoms. Tanya Mora around the left wing picks up the basketball, hands off to Kinsley Bowie, drops it right block, turnaround jumper, Long misses it, rebound inside, ripping it away. Kylie Crum at 5'11 in the senior, and she has it stolen away. Tanya Mora puts up a shot, but it misses, and Crum gets it back. And 30 seconds gone in this one. Good opportunity for the Bobcats. Runner in the paint is going to be no good by Renzi. From the left block, that one rebounded by the freshman in Long. She'll hustle back down into the paint as Kinsley Bowie sets up the offense. Down to Long, right block. They will go high off the glass, beating Isabel Kenkel as Frankie Long, and she'll open up the scoring here tonight on the road. 2-0 Bobcats. Opening quarter, just under 7 minutes to go. 3 from the right wing. He's going to be off the mark. No good by Isabel Kinkle. Rebound backside by Ellie Hughes. Hands off to Bowie over the timeline into the front court. Dribbles to the right wing. Hesitates. Tries to drive baseline. Has it tipped away from her. Out of bounds. Last touch by Taylor Smith for the Grinnell Tigers. It is Bobcat basketball with 6:39 opening quarter. Baseline right side. Bowie will inbound. It's set up. Inbound will go to Tanya Mora. Right wing. Now right high post to Ellie Hughes. Drives to the right block. Puts it off the glass. No good. Long with the rebound. It's ripped away from her again. We talked about that on Saturday. How teams really taking advantage of the freshmen aggressively. Ripping those balls away. Not going to happen in a couple of years from now. Meanwhile, in transition, Kinkle down to the right block. She is going to be fouled as she'll head to the free throw line. It is a shooting foul, as that's the first foul of the night, as that one will come in on the Bobcats' Ellie Hughes, her first foul of the night. Free throw will hit off the front of the iron. No good for Kinkle, as she is a 27% free throw shooter coming into this one, averaging just about 5 points per game. Sets up, free throw is in and out, along with a rebound. So Kinkle can't knock down either free throw, and the Bobcats have the basketball. This one tipped into the backcourt as Mora tried to hand off to Bowie. It's stolen away in transition, out of control as Renzi misses the layup, and a travel as the Bobcats got the rebound as Bowie traveled with it, and it'll be a turnover on the Bobcats. Back to the Grinnell Tigers in the front court. Bobcats leading 2-0 with 6:08 in the first quarter. Up high to Renzi, top of the key, drives down the right side of the paint. She was stopped, had to dish off. Now she gets it back 3. Right wing, it's off the mark, and Bowie gets the rebound at the free throw line. She'll angle dribble, passes to Capeyu on the left wing. She'll go to the free throw line, dribbles down the right side, throws it away into the scorer's table. She was looking for Tanya Mora, and that'll be a turnover on the Bobcats with 5:42 opening quarter, still 2-0 on the road. Turnovers, we mentioned it. Mora points as Tanya Mora is starting tonight, and less turnovers for the Bobcats as he had 32 turnovers on Saturday and 33 points. Not something that is a recipe for success. So the Bobcats know with a young team they got to clean that up. Slow developing play backside. They will draw a foul as Kylie Crum was hanging out on the right block. She got the feed from Olivia Renzi on the left block, but the Bobcats do foul. Try to scramble and guard Crum before she put up a shot, and a foul will come in, and that's going to be number 2 on Ellie Hughes. And the first free throw by Kylie Crum is off the front of the iron, no good. So Crum at 5'11" and a senior, she is just a 39% free throw shooter coming into this one. Hughes with 2 fouls is going to check out of the game. Georgia Jansen will pick up some early minutes. I mentioned 2.3 steals per game. That is 40th best in Class 5A coming into this one. And Jansen gets the rebound. She's immediately fouled by Kinkle in the paint on the rebound. So Isabel Kinkle will pick up the foul with 5:29. Both free throws are missed. So Grinnell starts out the first quarter 0 for 4 at the free throw stripe. Amira Johnson on the dead ball in between the 2 free throws, checked in, so she's into the game along with Georgia Jansen. Jansen in the paint, kicks out right wing to Amira Johnson, drives in just outside the right block. The 9-foot jumper is no good, and Grinnell with the rebound. Renzi up the court, feeds to the right wing, now right down the heart of the paint. Green got the feed, but she travels. And a turnover on the Tigers with 5:03 first quarter. Feels like a game the Bobcats could be up 8-0 in, but it's still only 2-0. Jansen inside the paint. She drives. Shot with the left hand was no good. Long got the rebound. Kick out. Bowie, top of the key. 3 is no good. Bobcats scramble for the rebound. So do the Tigers. It's going to be off the hip of Maya Green. And Bobcat basketball. Baseline left side. Bowie will inbound for the Bobcats. Get it into Cindy Capello, left wing. Drives down into the paint at the free throw line. She kicks it. Near side corner to Mara Johnson. Picks up her dribble. Passes back out to Jansen. Jansen now goes into the paint. Has it stolen away from her. Goes out of bounds. And they're going to rule it is last off of Maya Green. It'll stay with the Bobcats with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Well, unfortunately, ball control was an issue on Saturday and still remaining an issue here tonight for the Bobcats. Johnson, though, gets the inbounds pass. Top of the key. Control the basketball. Pass left wing to Bowie. She'll set up the offense as she barks out signals. And the ball is going to be tipped out of Bowie's hands into the Tiger bench on the near side as Renzi was the one to bat that away from Kinsley Bowie. And Bowie will come out of the game. She is replaced by Aubrey Tejada. Inbound to Georgia Jansen from Cindy Capello. She wasn't looking. 3 on the shot clock. They reset the shot clock as it was not supposed to be reset. And so they reset the time of the clock. Grinnell falls down to the backcourt. Amara Johnson almost has a shot to get the basketball back, but Kinkle comes away with it. Feeds it back to Renzi. Renzi back to Kinkle. Now back to Renzi. Left wing. 3 on the way. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound, free throw line by Smith by Grinnell. Back to Renzi, top of the key. Now to Kinkle. Drives down the left block, down to the right block. They pass it, and hanging out there is Kylie Crum. And a timeout taken by the Bobcats. It's 2-2 with 3:41 in the opening quarter. Right here on News Talk 1230, KFJB AM 93.9 FM, and on KFJB TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Hey Bobcat Nation, my name is Tanya Moore and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
2-2 our score with 3:41 in the opening quarter of play on the road in Grinnell tonight. A non-conference game between the Bobcats and the Grinnell Tigers. Bobcats took a timeout after the made bucket by Grinnell to tie things up. Tejada now, a jumper from just inside the three-point arc from straight on. It's no good. Outlet way up court to Cini. Cini's checked into the game for Grinnell. Rebound opportunity for the Bobcats, but it is misplayed, and it will stay with the Tigers on the left side of your radio dial. As Ella Cini checked in with that shot, 5'3" freshman. Kinkle gets the inbounds. Free throw line jumper by Taylor Smith is no good. And on the rebound, Frankie Long had it, but she was fouled. Fouled by Ella Cini. So Cini with her first foul of the night. That is the second team foul on the Grinnell Tigers. Bobcat basketball on the baseline. Tejada bounce pass into Capello. She'll bring it over the 10-second line. Going to dribble down to the left block. Feeds back out to Amara Johnson, left wing. She'll dribble into the paint. She's bumped. And I think that's going to be on Ella Cini. That'll be her second foul. Third team foul here in the first quarter. And no, in the area was Taylor Smith as well. So Taylor Smith will pick up her first foul of the night. Kinsley Bowie, Ellie Hughes back into the game as Frankie Long and Sydney Capello check out. Amara Johnson to inbound with the Cats and the Tigers, all tied at 2 here in the first. Bowie with the inbound, she gets it, and Renzi knocks it away out of bounds over by the student section. Inbound to Amara Johnson. Ellie Hughes, they feed it to her right block. Turnaround is blocked. Georgia Jansen hits the deck. Clear out to Renzi. She's going to be up court. Bowie knocks away a pass from Isabel Kinkle as it sails out of bounds on the baseline. Tiger basketball, 2:44. Opening quarter, still locked in at 2s. Taylor Smith She'll inbound for the Tigers in their white tops and bottoms here tonight in Grinnell. Elisini caught it. Gave it to Renzi. Renzi loses her dribble at the free throw stripe. Gathers it back in. Now passes left wing to Cini. Cini in the paint. Bounce pass. Kinkle backdoor. Left block pays for two. Her first bucket of the night. And Grinnell takes their first lead of the game, 4-2. Approaching 6 minutes gone in this first quarter. Tejada, high dribble at the free throw line. Bounce pass to Mara Johnson. Johnson dribbles to the free throw line, loses it back to Tejada, right wing. Now gives it up to Bowie. An errant shot. Doesn't draw iron at the right block. Rebound, Kinkle. And up court, they pass to Cini. Backdoor play. Macy Andrews hanging out left block. Got the feed from Cini, and she went up with it. Shot was no good. She was fouled. And Ellie Hughes came to fight tonight. That's her third foul of the game, and only here in the first quarter. So that is not a good sign with one of the leaders on this girls basketball team for the Bobcats. Macy Andrews at the line here in the first quarter. Misses the first free throw. Tejada checks out as well as Ellie Hughes. Sydney Capeyu and Frankie Long back in. Second free throw's up, and that one's going to be in and out, rattles out. Capeyu with the rebound off the Macy Andrews miss on the free throws. So both free throws missed. Jansen now, and she got the rebound up to Bowie. Three's off the right side of the iron, but Jansen fights through for the rebound. And now Jansen, finally a foul is going to be called. Maya Green fouls. I thought Jansen, she was dribbling up court. She got bumped from behind pretty hard. But no foul was called, but Maya Green will pick up the foul, her first of the night. Fourth foul in this first quarter. Amara Johnson gets the inbound. She's bumped. They're going to call a travel. Thought there was a foul there as Samara Johnson lost her pivot foot because she was bumped, but no call, and so we have 90 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. It's 4-2. Not what I would call a barn burner so far. Grinnell on offense into the front court. Cini has it. Behind her back, she goes with a dribble, loses it. And now Grinnell has to clear it out to the left wing to Smith. She dribbles into the paint amongst the trees, and Frankie Long. Frankie Long steals the basketball, but 3 seconds in the paint. Kylie Crum was hanging out. Turnover on the Grinnell Tigers. Back to the Bobcats with 1:18 first quarter. Cats looking to take the lead back on this possession. Capeyu at the midcourt line gets tied up, but gets the basketball to Bowie. Now back to Capeyu, top of the key. Nearly 5 seconds closely guarded. Not going to be called as Capeyu spins out of it. And now she goes up with it, fouled by Macy Andrews. That'll be her first foul of the night. And Elisini came in from the backside, and they rule it's on her. And this will send Capeyu to the line for two. And the first free throw is up, and it rattles in. Sydney Capeyu, a 33% free throw shooter coming into this one, the 5'7" sophomore. Still with that left knee brace on. And the ankle braces as well. She dealt with that last year. Both free throws are good for Capeyu. We're tied at 4 with a minute to go in the first quarter. Taylor Smith with the basketball for Grinnell in the front court. Spins down to the right block. Long gets it her way. Misses the shot. Capeyu went for the rebound, but it's off of her. And it's Tiger basketball. About a 10-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock here in the first. So the Bobcats will most likely get another possession. Inbound is blocked by Jansen. Nice job on her. She blocked the shot of Kylie Crum as Crum got the inbound, went up for the shot. Jansen with the block. And now we see a foul going to come in on the Bobcats' Sydney Capeyu. That'll be her first of the evening. And they rule it a shooting foul as Olivia Renzi had it. And Renzi at the line for two, makes the first one. She is a 54% free throw shooter. Renzi makes a second, and Grinnell is 2 of 8 at the free throw line as a team here in the first quarter. Not making the Bobcats pay, really. 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Bowie struggling to dribble the basketball here tonight. Has it poked away by Taylor Smith out of bounds. She'll bounce past it into Tanya Mora, almost stolen away, and now it is going to be stolen away by Renzi. Sloppy ball control and movement by the Bobcats. And they get bailed out here. I thought Bowie was going to pick up a foul as driving down to the right block was Kinkle. She got the feed from Renzi, who forced the turnover. But Bowie knocked it off of Grinnell, they say, and Bobcats have it for the final 15 of the first quarter. Mora up to the baseline, passes back top of the key to Bowie, and kind of a pass to nowhere. It's knocked out of bounds by Grinnell. And Bobcat basketball right by the Grinnell Tiger bench. And Mora bounces the inbound pass off of Bowie's shoe, and it goes out of bounds on the Bobcats. 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Five seconds. Renzi down to the right block, kicks out, right wing three on the way. It's no good. Long with a rebound, and that'll do it for the first quarter. A sloppy first quarter by both teams. Grinnell Tigers are on top, though 6-4 here on Newstalk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and as well as KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Cindy Capeo and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back to Grinnell as the Bobcats trailing the Tigers at the end of the first quarter, 6-4. Time to get a scoreboard update tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. Thanks to Jeff Brooks, our producer, back at the studios with our score updates tonight. Gilbert leading Nevada after one quarter, 16-4. Pella leading Des Moines North after one, 15-5. Gladbrook Rhinebeck is leading East Marshall at the end of one, 12-10. Right now, Fort Dodge leading Des Moines East with 1 minute to go in the first at 18-0. So that one early on there. Norwalk currently leading Newton after one quarter, 16-1. Again, scoreboard update all brought to you by Central State Bank. 6-4 our score as Grinnell misses a bucket. Bobcats in transition as we start the second quarter. Jansen with a feed down to the left block. She dribbles and looses it out of bounds. I think they're going to say that one poked out of bounds by Taylor Smith from behind. And it will be Bobcat basketball, baseline left side. Mora bounce passes in, and it's going to be off of Jansen's foot. Got to be better communication with your teammates about what's going on. That's back-to-back passes inbounds that go off the feet of your teammate and result in a turnover. Drive into the paint by Grinnell. Kick out. Right wing three. Pops in and out. No good for Taylor Smith. Now Cindy Capeu comes up with a steal. Is initially rebounded by Taylor Smith, but she threw it away. Capeu surveys. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass over to Jansen. Struggles to control it. Gathers it in. Now to Mora, left wing. Dribbles in. Picks it up. High pass to Bowie, dribbles into the paint and a travel. Turnover, Bobcats down 6-4, 7:06 first quarter, second quarter. Grinnell Tigers into the front court as Olivia Renzi dribbles in, kicks it right block and backdoor. Kylie Crum just hanging out. And the Bobcats late defensively to get there. She averages 5 points a game. She already has 4 in the first half. It's 8-4, 6:40 and counting, second quarter. Capeu picks up the dribble, hands it off right wing to Tanya Mora. Now Frankie Long, three, near side corner, skims off the iron. gathered in by Olivia Renzi. Renzi brings it up court, passing by a couple Bobcats on her way to the right block. Floater is good, 10-4. Renzi, 4 in the game. Bowie controlling the point. And a timeout, Bobcats. We'll take it with them. 10-4, Grinnell leading 6-11 second quarter on KFJB.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Bobcat Nation, this is Kinsley Bowie. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
10-4 our score as the Bobcats are trailing on the road with 6-11 in the second quarter. Brandon Lewis with you in Grinnell tonight. On Saturday, Bobcats lost 73-33 at the hands of Waterloo East. And that was a game where they committed a plethora of turnovers, 32. And tonight, not off to a good start in that turnover category as well. They have been rebounding the basketball pretty well, but offensively, just turnover after turnover, especially on inbound play. So that's something they have really got to clean up if they want to get back into this game down by 6. Bounce pass, turnover on the inbound. Mora, third time tonight. Unfortunately, her inbounds passes have resulted in turnovers. Up court, Grinnell goes to work. Crum on the baseline, feeds it to Renzi. Up and around to Bobcat, left high post. Her shot's off the mark. Frankie Long with a rebound, clear out to Bowie. Under 6 minutes, second quarter. Bowie surveying. Not sure exactly where she wants to go with the basketball as of right now, and she's going to have the ball ripped away by Renzi. Renzi doesn't like the foul, and they're going to call Renzi with a hand check. And that'll be her first foul of the night. First team foul here in the second quarter. Bowie looks to inbound. Into Georgia Jansen. Drives baseline. Runner on the right block. No good. A rebound brought in by Kylie Crum. Clear out to Renzi. She tries to beat the Bobcats back in transition. But Tanya Mora puts a hand up there, blocking the pass intended for Taylor Smith. It's out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with the Tigers on the left side with 5:27 to go before halftime. As Grinnell leading by 6. Inbound, nobody guarding Kinkle. She had a clear path to put up a shot, missed it, got the rebound, and the putback was no good, but she is fouled in the process. And Frankie Long will pick up the foul. That's her first foul of the night. And this sends Kinkle to the line for 2 free throws. First one is off the back of the iron, no good. She is 0 for 3 at the stripe tonight is Isabel Kinkle. She is a sophomore at 6 foot. Second one is no good, and Long there again for the rebound. Clear out to Tanya Mora. Now Amara Johnson, nice job. Faked inside, but the reverse layup is no good. Long got the rebound, and I believe we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow is with the Bobcats. Long got the rebound but got tied up, but great play by Amara Johnson. Kylie Crum came out to guard her. She just kind of faked like she was going up and dribbled past her, but the shot just couldn't go. Inbound play, Sydney Capeyu catch and shoot from about 12 foot out left side. It's no good. Grinnell in transition. Up court to Smith. They pass, no good. As they turn around and get it to Kinkle. Her shot is going to be off the right side of the iron. Long rebound. Clear out to Bowie. She'll push up the near side. Dribbles down to the corner. And swings the pass back out to the top of the key. Capeyu unguarded. 3 from straight on. Off the back of the iron. Tanya Mora gets the rebound on the left wing. Dribbles in. Kicks to the far side corner. Mara Johnson. Her 3's off the left side of the iron. And Kinkle's going to be, or excuse me, Crum's going to be the last. No, they say that Frankie Long was the last to touch. I thought Crum was the last one to touch it down there on the right block, trying to get the rebound off the Amara Johnson miss. But it will be Tiger basketball with 4.5 minutes to go in Grinnell before halftime. Still 10-4 the score. Shot missed inside. City Capeyu is going to get the rebound. Tanya Mora clear out. Bobcats looking for a bucket, but Mora dribbles it off of her hip and turnover. Looks like a tie-up. Isabel Kinkel. Kinkel is the one who got the basketball, and now Kinsley Bowie reaches in and fouls and picks up her first of the night. Still a 6-point game. Bobcats have not scored here in the second. And I think we've got about 3 minutes without a bucket. But Renzi's going to end that. A three from the far side corner is good. She off to a good start. She has 7 tonight, does Olivia Renzi for the Grinnell Tigers. Amira Johnson in transition almost makes a runner down the right side of the paint, dribble into the right block as she pushed the issue, draws a foul. Shot did not go, but Amira Johnson will go to the line for 2 free throws. As the foul comes in on Taylor Smith, her second foul of the night. And Amira Johnson at the line misses the first free throw. She is a 25% free throw shooter coming in. Amira Johnson with the second free throw. And that one is no good as well. So 0 for 2 at the line. Amira Johnson. Grinnell with it. Renzi a three from straight on as they push it into the front court. Rebound by Grinnell. Putback is going to be no good by Macy Andrews. And a push is going to be called on the Bobcats as Frankie Long went for the rebound. Frankie Long, her second foul of the evening. 13-4 the scores. Bobcats trailing by 9 on the road with 3:28 to go before halftime. Renzi inbounds, top of the key. It goes up to Macy Andrews. Andrews with Capeyu guarding on her. Give it to Renzi, and now Amira Johnson is all over her. They drop it in, right block to Crum. Misses the shot, gets the rebound, and now a tie-up. Aubrey Tejada did a nice job. Came in backside, got the tie-up, and possession arrow is with the Tigers, so they'll keep the basketball. Grinnell inbounds. Renzi, catch and shoot. An air ball from the far side corner. Three's off the mark. Capeyu gets the rebound. Clear up to Tanya Mora. Backside left block. Amira Johnson beats him back. Good basketball right there by Amira Johnson. Heads up play. Found the soft spot in the defense and takes advantage and finally stops the bleeding. 13-6 is the score as the Bobcats are trailing on the road tonight in Grinnell. Renzi inside the paint. Backside the right block to Crum. She couldn't gather the pass in, and now a three. We mentioned Macy Andrews. She comes in off the bench, shoots it at 24% from three. Got to find somebody on her. She knocks down the three, right wing. It's a 10-point game, 16-6. Amira Johnson in transition, drives into the paint, draws a reach-in foul. Alicini is going to pick up the foul, her third of the first half. Alicini and Macy Andrews, really the only two Grinnell Tigers to come in off the bench. Both have seen action tonight. Olivia Renzi doesn't really check out a whole lot. Senior guard. Bowie looking to pass in. Renzi knocks it away. Capeyu will try to track it down in the backcourt. Amira Johnson tips it. And I think the Bobcats should have left that one alone because I think it was going to be Bobcat basketball, but they tipped it out of bounds, and it will go back to the Tigers. Renzi gets the inbound. Work it around to Cini. Drives baseline left side. Backdoor pass to Kinkel. It's there. She has 4 in the game, and the Bobcats struggling defensively on the back end of things. Amira Johnson a drive down to the right block. And this might be on Cini, and it is her 4th. Guarding on Amira Johnson. They say it was a shooting foul, so it's 2 at the line for Johnson, the freshman. And the first one off the back of the iron. 0 for 3 so far for Amara Johnson at the stripe tonight. And the second one no good as well. Second one hits off the iron, but deflected to Amara Johnson. Puts up a shot. It's going to be blocked. Looked like Kinkle got a piece of that one, and it's out of bounds on the Tigers with 2:04 to go, second quarter. It'll stay with the Bobcats on the right side. Baseline right side. Bounce pass inbounds to Tejada from Bowie. It's knocked away. Bowie luckily got in bounds and was able to get the basketball. They'll drop it to Georgia Jansen. Right block. Dribbles underneath the hoop. Steps out of bounds on the baseline. Turnover Bobcats. Under 2 to go before half. Taylor Smith will check into the game with 4 fouls. Elisini will check out. Crunch time for the Bobcats before halftime. It's a 12-point game right now. Any more and it might get out of hand. Dig yourself an early hole. Maya Green dribbles down to the left block, loses the basketball. They say a push on Tejada. That'll be Tejada's first foul of the night. Ellie Hughes has been on the bench for quite some time for the Bobcats. She has 3 fouls here in the first half. Free throw line jumper is no good off the inbound play to Maya Green, but she tracked it down in the near side corner. It's back to Renzi, top of the key. Mara Johnson guarding on her. They collide. Bobcats get the basketball. Sydney Capeyu turns it over, though. She passed to Tejada, who was not looking, and it sails out of bounds into the Bobcat bench. Back to the Tigers. 1:15 to go first quarter. Jansen got in the way maybe of a shot by Kinkle. Left block, it's no good. Clear out to Tejada. Hands off to Mara Johnson, who dribbles to the right wing, crosses over into the paint, puts up a floater. It's off the left side. Kinkle clears out the rebound and a foul on Mara Johnson. That'll be the 5th foul here in the first half, and that will send Grinnell to the free throw line. Not a very good foul at all right there as Mara Johnson picks up her first foul of the night. Kinkle 0 for 4 at the stripe. And she'll make her first free throw of the night, so now she is 1 of 5. Both of these teams not very good free throw shooting teams. Grinnell Tigers at 40% on the season, Marshalltown at 41. And the second free throw touches every side of the iron and drops in. She is now 2 of 6 at the stripe. Sydney Capeyu over the timeline, gives to Georgia Jansen, dribbles down to the right block. The shot pops in and out, gets her own rebound. Pass to Grinnell Tigers, almost turns it over, gets it to Bowie. Now to Capeyu, top of the key, dribbles down to the right block, puts it off the glass. It is going to hit off the right side of the iron. Rebound, clear out, and Capeyu knocks away a pass from Olivia Renzi. And now the Bobcats in transition, turn it right back over. So back and forth, these two teams just turning it over to each other. Renzi, though, settles down. That's a 2 just inside the line on the left wing. And Bobcats have 5 seconds in this first half. Bowie threw it away. She was looking for Tanya Mora down at the right block, and it just sails over her head. Out of bounds. And the final 3.6 seconds remain to the Bobcats. Or excuse me, the Tigers, but the Bobcats get the basketball as Renzi had the ball passed into her up court, and it was knocked away, and it will be Bobcat basketball. Renzi hit the deck. She's holding the left side of her head. And it'll be Bobcat basketball right at midcourt. And actually, they're ruling that Renzi committed a foul, I believe, on Bowie. Bowie was trying to track down the loose ball. And so that means Bowie's shooting free throws. So the foul came in on Renzi. That will be her second foul of the game. Bowie will hit the first free throw. She comes in 44% free throw shooter on the season. So 22-7 is the score with 2.7 seconds to go before halftime. And Bowie knocks down two pivotal free throws. And that'll end the first half as Grinnell not able to get a shot off right before halftime. It is a 22-8 deficit for the Bobcats heading into the midway break as they're on the road tonight in non-conference action. Halftime coverage is coming up next right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.
The votes have been tallied and the people have spoken. Central Iowa's home comfort specialist, Honest Heating and Cooling, is honored to have been voted best of the best in HVAC by you and the Times Republican. As a thanks, Honest is offering a 10% off sale, 10% off diagnostics, 10 off tune-ups, 10 off ductwork renovation, 10% off full system upgrades. Offer valid through September. So thanks for voting for Honest Heating and Cooling, where you'll find Amana, America's brand for comfort. Honest.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit ncc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
At halftime, the Bobcats hit a big hole. 22-8 is the score at halftime as the Bobcats have four ladies with 2 points. Amira Johnson with a 2-point bucket. Kinsley Bowie just made a couple free throws right before halftime. Sydney Capeyu knocked down a couple free throws in the first quarter, and Frankie Long had a first quarter bucket as well. So Bobcats just scored 4 points in the first quarter and 4 in the second quarter as Grinnell Tigers really doing a lot of their dirty work in the second quarter as at halftime Isabel Kinkle with 6 points, 3 for Macy Andrews, Olivia Renzi with 9, and Kylie Crum with 4 points in that first half of action. So Bobcats down big, and again coming in had to have more points and less turnovers, and so far in the first half, Bobcats not doing that as they've struggled to score the basketball and struggled to hold on to it as well here tonight. Grinnell Tigers led by Olivia Renzi, who averages 15 points per game. She is on her way to that here tonight. So anyway, Bobcats looking to get their 6th win of the season. It is a big one, I guess you could say, after a tough loss by 40 on Saturday afternoon. Looking to rebound with a win here tonight, but they've got their work cut out for them in the second half as they trail by 14 points. 22-8 is the score at halftime. We'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Bobcat Basketball right here on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated, and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
Halftime 22-8 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Bobcats are trailing by that deficit of 14 as they were outscored 16-4 in the second quarter. So definitely a tough quarter for them as they'll look to get back on track in the third quarter out of the halftime break. Time to get a scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. At halftime, Norwalk is leading Newton 29-7. At halftime, Gladbrook Rhinebeck is up on East Marshall 27-23. Fort Dodge currently leading Des Moines East at halftime 42-9. Pella is all over Des Moines North 33-12. Gilbert up 45-9 on Nevada as of right now. And believe, that is all we have as of right now. So we'll continue to get you updates throughout the evening. And again, back here in Grinnell, it is 22-8 at halftime. You're listening to Bobcat Athletics on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and right here on KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. At the break, the Bobcats trailing up at the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. 22-8 is the count as the Bobcats getting ready to warm up to begin the second half. Our keys to the second half, really, Bobcats if they just didn't turn it over here tonight, they'd be probably sitting in a pretty good situation. But the turnovers on inbounds plays, we've seen that at least 3 or 4 times here tonight. So Bobcats got to clean that up in the second half. They want to make a difference on the scoreboard as unfortunately some shots not falling here tonight, but it was good to see Amara Johnson late in the second quarter really starting to push the issue. She drew a couple fouls, weren't able to make the 4 free throws she got, but at least we're drawing fouls on some of the other critical players. A lot of players in foul trouble for the second half. Ella Cini, she comes off the bench a lot for the Grinnell Tigers. She is playing with 4 fouls. Meanwhile, Ellie Hughes, she has 3 fouls to her name in that first half for the Bobcats, and Frankie Long playing with 2 tonight as well. So, anyway, that's the keys to the second half. We'll step aside. This is Bobcat Basketball. You're watching KFJB-TV.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Coming up this Thursday night, Bobcat Live from Wayward Social inside Rosie's. We'll be joined by head coach Michael Apple for the Bobcat basketball team, as well as Jacob Hayes. He'll be along. Nathan Clark will be there, Bobcat head coach for boys bowling. Brian Murphy, head coach for the girls basketball team, will be there. And joining us, Ellie Hughes. We'll talk to the lone junior on the girls basketball team. Dustin Peterson, head coach for the girls, plus more athletes will be on tap for Bobcat Live from 6 to 7 this Thursday night at Wayward Social. We hope to see you out there. And, of course, remember, bring the student IDs for a discount. Second half starts next right here on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
8 minutes up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. We are underway in the second quarter as the Bobcats immediately turn the ball over to Grinnell, and a foul in transition at the top of the key for the Grinnell Tigers. And so that will be number 2 on the night. A foul on Sydney Capeyu. It's 22-8 is our score out of the halftime. Grinnell Tigers on their first offensive possession, resetting after that foul on the Bobcats. Capeyu guards a shot from the right block going in. It is going to be no good by Olivia Renzi. As that one off the right side of the hoop. Bobcats with the rebound, clear out to Sydney Capeyu. Up to Frankie Long. She's hanging out, and they try to pass inside, tipped away, turnover Bobcats. I mean, it sounds so simple, but I know it's not always the easiest, especially with pressure. But just eliminating some of the bad turnovers would do so many wonderful things for this young Bobcat team. But they are out there learning and trying to grow from it. And, of course, with 5 wins on the season, already eclipsing last year's win total and growing for the future. You can see a pass inside. Good feed from Renzi. She found Kylie Crum hanging out on the left block. And Crum, she does that well. Just finding the open spot where the defense isn't, either on the left or right block. And the foul is going to come in on Ellie Hughes, her 4th of the night. And she's going to get the hook here in the third quarter. We might see her in the 4th, as Georgia Jansen will replace her. The whistle has found Ellie Hughes tonight, unfortunately. It somewhat does. She's a little bit more of a physical player that the Bobcats definitely need. An air ball on the free throw by Kylie Crum, and so both free throws no good for Crum. And the Bobcats will have the basketball. Bowie bounce pass to Capeyu, picked off. A turnover on the Bobcats again. Attacking inside is Smith. Turns around. Crum was coming down the paint, and she lost the basketball, but it was last touched by, I believe, Frankie Long. And it will be with the Tigers. Inbound to Kenkel. They find Crum again, right block, hanging out. The defense just not there. 6 for Kylie Crum. The glass does wonders for you, that's for sure. That's Crum's game. Turn around, put it off the glass, and score it. Bowie struggling with her control of the basketball. Loses it twice, gathers it back in, up to Capeyu, far side corner. Dribbles out, top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles, kicks to Frankie Long. Now up to Georgia Jansen. 3 from straight on. The bank is open for Jansen. Turns around, gives a big grin. That's her first bucket of the night. It's 24-11. Taylor Smith controlling the basketball at the point. She'll dribble down past Tanya Moore to the right block, picks up her dribble, baseline. They find Crum hanging out. Nobody there, misses the shot, gets the rebound. Putback is ripped out of her hands by Frankie Long, and Bobcat basketball up to Bowie, who trots into the front court over the timeline. Bowie passes to Long, and Long is hammered from behind, fouled by Isabel Kinkle. Kinkle picks up her second of the night, and that is the first team foul here in the second half. Bowie, baseline right side, will inbound. Up to Jansen, wide open. Catch and shoot, and can't get her consecutive three. Capeyu went for the rebound, got it, but was going out of bounds. Had to throw it off of Green, and Green came away with it. They feed to Renzi. Renzi, fadeaway jumper as she dribbles down to the right block, no good, but the rebound brought in by Crum, and now thrown away by Grinnell. Up court to Bowie. Fast break. She'll go past Kinkle, but she blocks her shot out of bounds down at the left block, and it'll be Bobcat basketball along the baseline. So Kinkle last to touch, but Bowie with that layup was blocked. Kinkle was the one who did that, and Bobcats inbounds to Georgia Jansen. She dribbles down to the right block. Good move by Georgia. A little slow developing, but it pays off. She has 5 points here in the third quarter, 5 overall on the night. Bobcats caught napping in the backcourt, though, as Taylor Smith gets the quick feed for Grinnell up to the right wing. And Tanya Mora picks up her first foul of the night. She fouled just knowing she was getting beat on the play, as it was going to be a wide open path to the hoop for Taylor Smith. Third foul of the third quarter for the Bobcats, so foul trouble a big key here tonight with 4.5 minutes up on the Marshalltown Ivies scoreboard in the third quarter. 11-point lead for Grinnell. Down to the right block, Frankie Long tips it out of bounds. They were going for Kinkle on the right block. 3 Bobcats in the area on that play, and they forced the issue and did not pay off, but the Tigers keep the basketball. Inbound pass goes to Crum, and she feeds it to Renzi. Left high post jumper's no good. Bobcats clear it out to Bowie across the timeline on the far side of the court. She passes to Long. Now top of the key to Capeyu. Now to Jansen, left wing. And Jansen dribbles to the top and feeds it to Amara Johnson, who gives it back to Jansen. Open for the three. No good, but Amara Johnson. Yeah, Amara Johnson standing at 5'3", rebounds it in between 2 Grinnell Tigers. And the foul's going to come in on number 23. Taylor Smith picks up her third foul there, and she fouled Amara Johnson after Johnson got that rebound. Inbound to Capeyu. It looked good, but the pass was not executed. Bobcats gather it back. Bowie, 3. Off the glass, no good from the left wing. And a tie-up down low. Frankie Long forces the issue. Possession arrow with the Tigers as the jump ball awarded. So an 11-point game still here in Grinnell, 24-13. Bobcats trailing with 3:41 third quarter. Renzi gets the inbound play, and as she gets it over midcourt, a timeout's going to be called by her head coach and Trent Edson. We'll take a timeout with them. Bobcats trailing by 11, third quarter on News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and right here on KFJB-TV.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is a trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
Hey Bobcat fans, I'm Georgia Jansen and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
3:37 remaining in the third quarter out of the timeout. Grinnell with the basketball leading 24-13. Renzi gets the inbounds pass. She's going to dribble to the right block. Cut off by Sydney Capeyu. Loses her pivot foot and a turnover on the Tigers. Back to the Bobcats. 3:31 stopped on the clock in the third quarter. Bowie inbounds to Amara Johnson, who now runs the point. She'll survey the defense, and as her pocket picked, Smith will take it all the way in for the layup. Good for 2. That's the first bucket of the night for Taylor Smith. And it's now a 13-point lead for the Grinnell Tigers. Bowie picks up her dribble left wing, swings it near side corner. Capello drives baseline, puts her head down as she goes to the left block, picks up her dribble. She's triple teamed, and a foul's going to be called on the floor. Foul is on Maya Green, number 14, with her second foul. Elisini will check in after that foul. She is playing with 4 fouls tonight. Aubrey Tejada checks in for the Bobcats as Frankie Long will sub out. Ella Hughes is down there on the bench. She has 4 fouls tonight. Probably will not see her to the fourth quarter for the Bobcats. Inbound to Capello. Jumper. Baseline right side. It is off the back of the iron, and now a tie-up. Possession arrow with the Bobcats. It'll be Bobcat basketball. Georgia Jansen not afraid to mix it up with Isabel Kinkle. And that tie-up results in the Bobcats retaining possession off the missed shot. Bowie looking around, has the inbound tip, but heads-up play by Mara Johnson. She's able to grab the basketball before the Tigers get their paws on it. And a travel by Mara Johnson. She was struggling to find anything. Bowie as well as Tejada were closely guarded, and there was really not an avenue to pass, and she was trying to pivot back and forth and lost her pivot foot turnover as she didn't have a whole lot of help there to get rid of the basketball. So 13-point game, Tigers with the basketball on the right side of your radio dial. And it's going to be a reach-in foul by Kinsley Bowie out high. So Grinnell was settling into their offense, and Bowie picks up her second foul of the night. 4th team foul here in the third, so it could be more free throws potentially with still 2:25 to go third quarter. A scoop and score by Kinkle's no good from the left block. Bobcats get the rebound from Jansen, clear out to Mora. Hesitates, she's into the front court now. Picks up her dribble, feeds it to Jansen, who's the trailer. Now she picks up her dribble outside the right block, feeds back to Tanya Mora, who has it poked away. Off the far side, Olivia Renzi was the one tipping that ball out of play in front of the Grinnell faithful. Mora will inbound, bounce pass into Georgia Jansen, drives baseline, reverse layup. You can see it coming right there. Kinkle blocks the layup attempt, and a tie-up down low, as that's going to be on Amara Johnson. A foul and 2 free throws are coming for the Grinnell Tigers, as that's number 2 on Amara Johnson tonight. Grinnell just got the rebound, and immediately they were fouled. So 2:01 in the third quarter. And it sends Macy Andrews to the line. Her second trip to the line tonight. She is 0 for 2 to this point. And both times I've said that players are 0 for, they make the corresponding free throw. As Andrews knocks down the first, second one to come, and Rainbow of a free throw. That one is no good. So splits them at the line. It's 27-13. Third quarter, under 2 minutes to go. Bobcats nearly throw it into the bench as Morris saves it. Dribbling out to the top of the key, guarded by Renzi. Almost got a screen from Capello, but was not able to get it. Capello gets the basketball, now dribbles to the right wing. Looking to go inside into the paint. She's bodied up by Elisini, who has 4 fouls. Lose the basketball in transition. Renzi loses the basketball, now ripped away by Amara Johnson in transition. It's a one-on-one. She'll take it in, draws the body contact. She hits the deck. She's down hard. And the foul's going to come in on, you guessed it, Elisini, who is playing with 4. And she's done for the night. So she's out. 0 points to her name tonight. But she does pick up 5 fouls in the process. Cassini, a 5'3" freshman. So Mara Johnson kind of grimacing a little bit like she's being bothered by that foul. That is the 4th foul on Grinnell here in the 3rd quarter. Catch and shoot Bowie off the inbound play from the near side corner. It is no good, and now a tie-up. But Tanya Moore puts her hands up. She thought she was getting a tie-up for a possession arrow. They rule a foul. They say a push on Tanya Moore. That'll be Tanya Moore's 2nd foul of the night as she's getting the start here tonight, as the Bobcats are without Millie Heitman due to sickness. And now Brian Murphy wants a little conversation with the official, as everybody on the Bobcat bench was looking for a tie-up and a jump ball, but did not get the call. And the official is having none of it. Meanwhile, on the other end of the floor, they're continuing to play. First free throw by Macy Andrews is good, and the second one is not. And Andrews splits him at the line again, but Grinnell gets the rebound off the miss. Taylor Smith has it. Feeds it to Renzi. Renzi behind her back, dribbles the basketball, and Jansen with a nice block on the left block, but they're going to say she got fouled in that process. Tejada actually was the one who fouled, so it was on the way, not the block. The block was okay. But Tejada was the one who picked up the foul, and so Tejada with her 2nd foul of the night. 29-13 is our score, as Renzi will put in both free throws. 30-13, your new score. And the Bobcats have really struggled here in the 3rd again, continuing. After it was 6-4 at the end of the 1st quarter, but unfortunately things have just not come together offensively. And Bowie's going to be fouled way out high. And that'll mean 2 free throws for Bowie as she was being guarded by Olivia Renzi. Bumped her, trying to get it off her pivot foot. And Renzi picking up her 3rd foul of the night with 55 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Bowie at the stripe takes 3 dribbles. The free throw's up, and it is off the glass and in. Good. Bowie 3 of 3 at the stripe, 44% free throw shooter, 3rd best on this Bobcat girls basketball team. And that one can't get it to go, as that would have cut the lead in half. But it remains 30-14, and Grinnell in transition after the rebound. They tried to pass it up to Kylie Crum. It'll sail out of bounds on the baseline, and it's back to the Bobcats. Grinnell's committed quite a few turnovers, but they have made a lot of shots. That's kind of the difference here tonight. Capello thought about the 3 in the near side corner, dribbles to the free throw line, off of her foot, turnover. Taylor Smith picks it up in transition. The layup is no good, but Amara Johnson fouls, and then she's going to get teed up. She clapped and kind of clapped in the face, unfortunately, of the player who was fouled in Taylor Smith. And Amara Johnson maybe got the emotions the best of her. She a little animated after that one. I kind of get where the official was coming from. She clapped directly at the player, and they didn't want any taunting there. I don't think there was any ill intentions. It was just Amara Johnson getting excited about a good play against the Grinnell Tigers. But there was a foul on that, so there would be 4 free throws to come here. First free throw is out for Taylor Smith, as those are the 2 technical foul free throws. Now we'll have the free throws on the shot. And the Bobcats are still in the backcourt. They can come in the front court. Actually, they get the basketball, so they're just going to have all 4 free throws shot here in a row. And Renzi will miss both. Boy, 4 free throws, and Renzi misses both of hers. And Taylor Smith only made 1, so 1 of 4 at the line right there. They do get the basketball out of the foul, but it doesn't hurt the Bobcats a whole lot. But they are down big, 31-14, third quarter, 25 seconds to go. Tigers with the basketball. They're going to dribble things out here as Renzi up near the Tiger logo at midcourt. With 15 seconds, they start a drive, and a travel is going to be called. Renzi fed to Maya Green. She tried to gather the basketball in, but in that process, she was taking a few steps and had not dribbled, and a travel turnover on the Tigers. So the final 13 seconds of the third quarter belong to the Bobcats. A few substitutions on the floor. Bowie, Capeu, Tejada, Jansen, and Long. Bowie now over the timeline with 5. Bowie all the way, reverse layup. It's going to count. And that's how we head to the fourth quarter. A late bucket by Kinsley Bowie goes up and under the hoop and finishes on the left side. It's 31-16. Bobcats down as we go to the fourth quarter on KFJB.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Time for a scoreboard update tonight. All brought to you by Central State Bank. Thanks to our producer back at the radio studios at KFJB, Jeff Brooks, providing our scores tonight. Gladbrook Rhinebeck, 47-32. They lead East Marshall at the end of 3. AGWSR is down to Belmont Clemmy, 16-14 at halftime. After 3, heading to the fourth quarter, Fort Dodge is up on Des Moines East, 58-13. Gilbert leading Nevada. Actually, that's a final now. Gilbert 59-23 over Nevada. Norwalk on top of Newton, 29-7. And last update we had, halftime, Pella was leading Des Moines North 33-12. 31-16 up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Tigers start the fourth quarter with a basketball. They're going to attempt a 3 from the left wing. Off the back of the iron, no good. Ellie Hughes playing with 4 fouls. She checks back in during the break in between the third and fourth quarter. Got the rebound. Jansen in transition tries a shot from the left block. It is no good. Bobcats get the rebound. Try to get it to Hughes on the right block. It's off her foot and out of bounds. 31-16 still our score. Tigers with the lead. Renzi is playing with 3 fouls tonight. The point guard, she brings it over the timeline into the front court. Bobcats putting some pressure on the Tigers here, but they get a late feed. Ball bounces around. A runner in the paint by Isabel Kinkle. Her first bucket of the second half. She has 8 in the game now. It's 33-16. Bowie bringing the ball up court, picks up her dribble, passes left block to Long. She goes up strong, and that will be Frankie Long's first bucket of the second half. 33-18. Bobcats trailing on the road tonight. Taking on the 3-10 Grinnell Tigers in 3A out of the Walmack West. And Renzi, coast to coast. Nobody really stops her down to the left block. She has 13 on the evening. And the Bobcats offensively, they're fouled by Taylor Smith. She picks up her 4th foul of the night. 6:35 to go in the fourth quarter. And Bowie throws it to Grinnell on the inbound play, right to Taylor Smith, and a travel. Smith was trying to look for Renzi, who was coming up the left side of the court, and Bobcats kind of stepped in on her and caused her to travel. And with 6.5 minutes to go in the basketball game, Bobcats get the ball back. Trying to get it back to about a 15-point game on this possession with a 2-point bucket. We'll see if they can. Ellie Hughes feeds to Long. Long down to the right block. She dribbles the left block. Now kicks to Georgia Jansen. Long jumper is no good. And Renzi, an up-court pass is tipped away by Georgia Jansen. Intended target to Maya Green on the right block. It'll stay with the Tigers. Inbound play to Kenkel and immediately fouled. I think that's going to be on Frankie Long on the left block. They were looking around. And it's actually on Georgia Jansen, her first of the night, as Jansen and Long were over there on the left block, trying to pick up Kenkel on the backside. And Kenkel at the line so far tonight, a little up and down for her. She's 2 for 7 at the stripe. And now 2 for 8 as Ellie Hughes gets the missed free throw. Rebound and the clear out goes to Bowie, who's up the far side of the court. Over to Long, far side corner. Controls the basketball, loses it. Gathers it back in. Now to Capeyu, near side. 3, in and out. Boy, Bobcats just with a lid on the rim tonight. Can't buy a bucket, but Long with the rebound and the putback. It's no good, but she is fouled. And the foul will be on Maya Green, her third foul of the night. And Frankie Long at the line for 2. And the first free throw for Frankie Long is no good. She is the leading free throw. She has the best free throw percentage on the team this year, 49% as a freshman. Second free throw as she spins the ball around in her palms, and it's up and off the back of the iron, no good. And once you know it, hanging out left block in transition, nobody found Kylie Crum. And she was hanging out there for about 10 seconds without anybody on her. And Crum with the turnaround jumper is good to extend the Grinnell lead to 37-18. But Bowie answers. It is a 2 for Bowie. 7 in the game for the sophomore. And bumped down on the right block. Ellie Hughes is going to be out of the game. And she bumped Kenkel, who was putting up a shot. Ellie Hughes, the night just did not come together for her. No points and 5 fouls. And when you pick up 3 in the first quarter like she did, it just really is tough to get any sort of flow for the rest of the night. And that was pretty much the summary of her night. Kenkel continues a rough night at the free throw stripe. Missing the first. Makes the second, so she is 3 of 10 on the evening. At the free throw line, it's now 38-20, an 18-point lead for the Grinnell Tigers. Capeyu at the top of the key, looking to go inside Long, but just not a passing lane there. It's right to Maya Green. She'll take it all the way down, but flails with the layup as the Bobcat was in her way. And the Bobcats come away with it with Sydney Capeyu up to Bowie. Bowie goes down to the right block, off the glass. It's no good. Renzi with a rebound. And she'll look up court quickly, but over the head of Smith and almost turned over, but Smith gathers it back in. Feeds to Kenkel. Kenkel off the glass. 9 in the game for Kenkel, and it's now a 20-point game, the largest lead of the night for the Grinnell Tigers. And a loss here tonight will drop the Bobcats to 5-8, and a timeout. Bobcats are in the front court. They'll take a timeout. They'll have the basketball out of the break. 4:18 to go. Fourth quarter in Grinnell on KFJB.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Bobcat Nation, my name is Frankie Long and you are watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Fourth quarter, 4:18 to go. Bobcats down by 20. Up on the Marshalltown Hy-Vee scoreboard. Let's get a regional scoreboard update, all brought to you by Central State Bank. A few finals pouring in tonight. Ottumwa takes down Washington 48-29. Gladbrook-Rhinebeck 65-39. They beat East Marshall tonight. Norwalk 58-23. They defeat Newton. Pella 52-21. They take down Des Moines North. And Fort Dodge winners over Des Moines East 71-18. And the Bobcats with a bucket right there by Frankie Long. Out of the timeout, pays off now. A turnover on Grinnell. Georgia Jansen gets the basketball, but the layup is no good. Amara Johnson flies in with a rebound and a tie-up. Possession arrow with the Bobcats. Good job by Amara Johnson, the freshman, to get in there and force the jump ball. Frankie Long down to the right block, gets the inbound. She is bumped on her way up. Shot won't go, but 2 free throws will come her way. Should be a shooting foul. She was going up, but they don't rule her a shooting foul, so to be Bobcat basketball, baseline right side. Over to Capello, left wing, catch and shoot, and just off the mark. It looked good, but it was strong. And the Bobcats down by 18. Grinnell has it, but now a tie-up. Amara Johnson, as Grinnell threw it away up court to Taylor Smith. Amara Johnson saw the ball rattling around. And possession arrow is with Grinnell, so they will keep the basketball. On the far sideline in front of the student section, it's inbounded. Macy Andrews had it. Now gives it back to Kinkle. She has it to the left high post, hands it off to Macy Andrews. And Andrews throws a turnover right to Amara Johnson, looking for Olivia Renzi. Amara Johnson in the plate for 2. Good play right there for Amara. Forced the turnover. Made a hesitation move right in front of the basket against a good player in Renzi, who's a senior, and the freshman with the bucket for the Bobcats. 16-point lead for Grinnell. Frankie Long and Georgia Jansen get a piece of a shot by Kinkle inside. Clear out to Bowie as the Bobcats have it with 3 minutes to go. Capello, far side corner. A feed back to Bowie. Makes the shot. Count it. And 1. So Bowie makes the bucket as she drives down to the right block. That was a give and go. Where has this been all game? Bobcat offense has been slow developing tonight, but this is looking good in the fourth quarter as they try to mount a comeback. Down by 14, looking to make it a 13-point lead with a Bowie free throw on the way. And the free throw is no good. Tipped out of bounds by Kenkel, and the Bobcats retain possession. So Bowie unfortunately couldn't make the free throw, but Bobcats will get the basketball back. Bowie will inbound, baseline left side. And Frankie Long gets the inbound, but she's not able to control it as Kylie Crum was kind of in her way. Couldn't gather back in. It's Tiger basketball. As the black and orange go to work on the right side of your radio dial. Kinkle dribbles in, kicks left wing. Now down to the right block to Crum. Crum feeds it back out right wing. Now back to Crum from Olivia Renzi as they change places. Cutting into the paint. Green, she flails with a shot. No good, but a rebound by Smith inside. Feed out left wing 3 off the left side of the iron. Long had the rebound, but pops out of her hands. And it will stay on the right side with the Grinnell Tigers. Unfortunately, with 2:19 to go in the basketball game, those are the situations where the Bobcats have to come away with an empty possession for the Tigers, but just could not do it. Renzi, spin move down to the right block. Jumper's no good. Bowie with the rebound and a timeout quickly. Take a timeout with them. Bobcats down by 14 with 2:09 to go in Grinnell on KFJB.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Hey Bobcat fans, it's Ellie Hughes, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
40-26 in Grinnell. Bobcats trailing by 14 on the road. They've trailed by 20, but trying to make a comeback here in the fourth quarter, and Kinsley Bowie and Frankie Long with a couple of buckets have done so. Mara Johnson's also put a little bit of pressure on the Grinnell Tigers offense, which has helped. And the Bobcats will roll out the basketball to nearly midcourt as Bowie picks it up from Mara Johnson out of the timeout. 2 minutes to go in Grinnell. Capeyu back to Bowie. A give and go. Runner from the right block by Bowie is no good. And the Tigers get the rebound with Crum. Now up to Taylor Smith, right wing. Smith almost throws it away, but Green gathers it back in near side corner, and a push on Georgia Jansen. Third foul team-wise here in the fourth quarter. Second foul of the night on Georgia Jansen. 1:44 to go. Fourth quarter, baseline right side, inbound. They will give it up to Olivia Renzi. She shakes a jumper from the right block. It is no good as Bowie in transition has it. Misses the shot, but Georgia Jansen flails for the rebound. Had it, but then it's ripped away by Maya Green. And a clear out to Taylor Smith. And they feed back to the left block to Maya Green. And she puts a shot off the bottom of the backboard. She's fouled. They say a push on the Bobcats. That'll be the third one of the night for Sydney Capeyu. And Green goes to line for 2 free throws on the shooting foul. And Maya Green, looking for her first points of the night, misses the first free throw. And misses the second free throw as well. So stays a 14-point game. And the Bobcats bringing it up court. They turn it over. And Capeyu and Bowie not on the same page right there. And 1:16 to go in this one. Things not looking all that bright for a comeback tonight. As Grinnell would get their first win of the season at home. Kinkle up high with it. At the top of the key, Taylor Smith, she got the feed. Now back to Renzi. And a double team comes out. Bowie and Sydney Capeyu collapse in on her as Bowie will pick up the foul. That'll be the third of the night on Kinsley Bowie, sending Olivia Renzi to the free throw line. Renzi, a 54% free throw shooter. She is 4 of 6 at the free throw stripe. And now 4 of 7 as she misses the first free throw. Second one is good. 41-26. Under a minute to go in Grinnell up on the Marshalltown Ivy scoreboard. Bowie, a late pass to the feet of Long. Turnover on the Bobcats. And in transition, Taylor Smith with a layup on the right block is good. Smith with 5 in the game. And now Bowie takes it into the paint, misses the shot, had it partially blocked. And Kinkle maybe had it. Up to Taylor Smith at the free throw line, a travel by Grinnell with 25 seconds to go. Tanya Mora. Aubrey Tejada get off the bench for the final 25 in Grinnell. And they'll sub in Mara Johnson looking to inbound. She'll get it up to Tanya Mora right in front of the scorer's table. Into the front court, immediately has her pocket picked from behind by Renzi. Layup is good. Ten seconds to go. Floater in the paint. Samara Johnson answers. Samara Johnson will finish with 6 points tonight, and the Bobcats will fall by a final score of 45-28. Bobcat record drops to 5-8. Meanwhile, the Grinnell Tigers improve to 4-10, and the Tigers pick up their first victory at home this season. They're now 1-4 at home. Bobcats are 2-4 on the road this year. And in the past 5 years, they're now 0-2 against the Grinnell Tigers. We head to the locker room report. Coming up next, this is Bobcat Basketball right here on your home for the Cats. News Talk, 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and right here on KFJB-TV.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back to Grinnell. Brandon Lewis with you as the Bobcat girls basketball team dropped by the Grinnell Tigers tonight. 45-28 is the final score. Leading scorer for the Bobcats, 9 points for Kinsley Bowie, 6 for Amara Johnson, 5 for Georgia Jansen, 2 for Sydney Capeyu, and 6 for Frankie Long. And that is final stat line for the Bobcats. Isabel Kinkle, she finishes with 11 for the Grinnell Tigers. Maya Green, she picked up no points tonight. Ella Cini came off the bench. She had 5 fouls, but did not score a single bucket here tonight. 5 points for Macy Andrews off the bench. 16 points for Olivia Renzi, as the guard averages 15 points per game, and she scored 16 here tonight. And 8 points for Kylie Crum, as again 45-28 the final score as the Grinnell Tigers take down the Marshalltown Bobcats. We'll get a final scoreboard update when we come back. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, lennoxecu.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber. Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
The Locker Room Report presented by Wells Fargo Advisors on KFJB News Talk 1230 AM, 93.9 FM, and on KFJB-TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Get upcoming game alerts. Well, let's get a scoreboard update tonight, all brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. Well, some finals pouring in tonight as Gilbert takes down Nevada 59-23. Also, Final Fort Dodge 71-18. They defeat Des Moines East. Pella tops Des Moines North 52-21. Norwalk 58-23. They drop Newton tonight. Gladbrook Rhinebeck all over East Marshall 65-39. Also, Ottumwa, they defeat Washington 48-29. At the end of the third, Belmont Clemmy 30-23 leading AGWSR. Des Moines Roosevelt leading Lincoln 48-30 with a minute left in the game. We will see the Roosevelt Rough Riders tomorrow night as they take on the Bobcats in a girls-boys doubleheader. West Marshall currently trailing Bondurant 16-6. At the end of the first, they tipped off at 7:30 in that girls game here tonight. That is a scoreboard update. Again, all brought to you here tonight by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and in West Des Moines. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back to Grinnell. You're locked into the Locker Room Report here on KFJB-TV. Now joined by head coach Brian Murphy. Our postgame chat all presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualifying diesel mechanics. Coach, a little bit of kind of what we talked about on Saturday, just the turnovers kind of mounting, which kind of hampered a little bit of that flow, but it seemed like late in this game, especially in the fourth quarter, Amara Johnson was able to disrupt some things. Kinsley Bowie made a few nice shots that went inside, as well as Frankie Long. So seemed like late in the game, girls were starting to kind of figure it out and feel a little bit better. What was your kind of thought on the flow of this one?
We're good? There we go.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, no, it took us way too long to wake up. We did not come out with the level of aggressiveness that we ended Waterloo East with on Saturday. And so what we talked about at halftime is, if we had come out the way that we needed to, it's a different game. It took us too long. We were stagnant off the ball. I didn't think we were working well enough, and so we were waiting for one person to start it, and then nobody would start it. So certainly our offense really let us down in that first half. And I think the two things that you never know what variable is going to make a difference. The two things that absolutely hurt us tonight, one, missing Millie was huge. I mean, we needed a stabilizer tonight, and we were missing that. And our other stabilizer spent 90% of the game on the bench with foul trouble. It's tough because, officiating is not why we lost the game. It certainly didn't help us. We barely could keep Ellie on the floor before they were finding her with fouls. And it just kind of gets in your head a little bit about, not sure what is or isn't. Kind of got a little hesitant in defense, but it's part of the game, unfortunately. So.
Yeah, and that's I was going to ask you about too. I mean, I think she had 3 fouls right there in the first quarter alone, and that just kind of makes it tough for you to even establish anything for the rest of the game, I'm sure.
Yeah, and again, I mean, Ellie is somebody we rely on to get us set and to get us stable, and when she was in the game, she got a couple nice drop-offs to Frankie, she's such a good facilitator, and when she comes out, especially without Millie, we're just lacking that secondary or tertiary facilitator. And so we just need to continue recognizing that, when you don't have the people on the floor you're used to, you're going to have to work and create that movement off the ball instead of waiting for somebody to create it with it.
Of course, the loss here tonight, you're going to have, quick turnaround, less than 24 hours to get back at. Is that kind of helpful to just maybe flush this one, knowing you got to go on the road, you got to get off to that good hot start like you mentioned?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing we've got to recognize is, at this point, I don't know how much of what we need to fix is in a practice, right? It's got to be, we're in a game, we're recognizing mentally, physically what we've got to do from the jump and consistent. And we're not consistent yet, and that's what we need to do if we want to improve as a team, is that consistency, game to game, and not waiting for, frustration to set in before we finally start going hard.
Yeah. Would you like to see your team with more free throw attempts? Because it seemed like Grinnell had a ton here tonight. Meanwhile, I know you mentioned fishing a little bit, but the ladies didn't draw most of their free throw shots until a little bit later in this one.
Yeah. I would estimate that Grinnell set a team record for blocks, because I haven't seen that many clean contests at the rim against 3 6-foot players in a while. So either it was textbook defense by them or seeing things a different way, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Tomorrow night you're going to take on Roosevelt. What do you know you need to kind of work on before you get going into that one on the road?
Against Roosevelt last time, they came out in a zone, and we were not able to break into it. They, similar to Grinnell, honestly, tonight, where they kind of parked their post right at the rim and dare you to try to work around her. So we know we're going to have to move the ball and actually move her to have a lot of opportunities down low. So that's going to be one. Number 2, they've got a couple guards that can shoot from the outside. So we've got to be better about staying with their shooters and not losing them as they work through actions, which kind of happened off and on tonight.
We look forward to bringing you bonus coverage tomorrow night here on KFJB-TV tomorrow night, and we'll also talk to you tomorrow night. Thanks for the time tonight, Coach.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, that is head coach Brian Murphy. Our postgame chat all presented by Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics. This is the Locker Room Report. You're watching KFJB-TV.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a Scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in Scream. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back to Grinnell. One final time. Our next broadcast is coming up tomorrow night. It is Super Tuesday here on KFJB-TV as the Roosevelt Rough Riders play host to your Marshalltown Bobcats. Coverage will start at 7:20 tomorrow night, as we'll bring you bonus coverage of the girls' game and also full game coverage of the guys' game, as that will start up after the girls' game. Again, coverage tomorrow night at 7:20. For our producer on site, the one and only Todd Father, Todd Steinkamp, and Jeff Brooks, our producer back at the radio studios. I'm Brandon Lewis. Have a great rest of your Monday night. We'll talk to you tomorrow night in the Des Moines Metro. 45-28, the final score again from tonight as the Bobcats fall to 5-8. I'm Brandon Lewis. You've been watching Bobcat Athletics here on KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.